Hi greedy 3Ders, welcome back. This is part 2 of the narrow and predator prey model, and today we're going to be making the predator here. I'm going to be making him in translucent resin. Stay tuned. I know how you guys love the settings, so here they are. 0.05mm layer height. I'm using 5 layers at the bottom at 35 seconds and an exposure time of 2.5 seconds for this translucent resin from Elegoo. Here he is splored out on the mat there, and he's on the build plate, and you can see I've put him on there, and I'm just going to hollow the model through using a size of 3.9mm to hollow him out, and I'm going to make sure that all that's done and there's no islands in there that I can see. No, that looks good. And once he's hollowed out, obviously I'm going to add a drainage hole, take it up to 6.5 first of all, as that's the size of my internal LED lights that I cure inside with, and I'm going to add some holes. Sometimes you'll find, and I think I've said this before, you won't be able to add a hole. You'll be clicking away like mad and a hole won't be added. That's usually because it's either too big or too long. Just add the holes where you can at this size, and then go back into your hole settings and reduce it down to a smaller hole, because a smaller hole is better than no hole at all. Now, I still needed to drill some stuff through on him. I drilled his feet out, and the good thing with translucent is you can see where there's little pockets of resin to drill it out. So I've added some smaller holes in there, and I'm just going to browse through to see where I can add any more in the model. You don't overdo it, of course, but just make sure you give it enough drainage. You don't want resin building up inside your model. Okay, once we've done that, let's go across to the slicing stage, and here are the settings that I'm using. Now, I'll leave them on there for a second for you to have a look at them. I use 70% density. I use heavy supports. I'm not saying you've got to do the same, but for me on my Saturn, this works fine. And there we go. I'm going to add those supports in, and the next thing I'm going to do once those supports are added, I'm just going to have a little flick through here, and if I feel I need to add more, I will, especially at the big areas where in the past I've had them sticking to the FEP. I want to make sure that I've got some really good bondage to that build plate, so I'm just going to add another couple through until I'm really happy that supports are where I want them. Now, you will do it your own way, I'm sure, but this is how I do it. You haven't got to do it the same, but this is how I do it. So now I'm going to slice it through, and don't worry about that warning about the base being just over slightly. That's fine, and I'm going to use just about a quarter of a 1 litre tub full of resin there, and I'm going to slice it through. Now over to the printer, and as you can see, those settings have worked absolutely fantastically, and here is Predator, or the first part of him, all printed, and he has come out absolutely marvellous. I am so impressed with Wicked here, and the finite details, the intricate bits and pieces of all printed 100% perfectly. Absolutely excellent. So, you know, any question on whether the settings work or not, I think the proof of the pudding is sitting in front of you there. So I'm going to take it across now and taking off my Green Tree Tech flex plate, and I'm going to get these bits and pieces off the build plate now. Can get a bit fiddly to get them off, and there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can literally just pop them off. You can soak it in some warm water first. You can cure it first. There's all sorts of different ways you can get them off, but oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? I just literally pop them off before I do anything else with them. Now, using this setting density for the supports means that some of them take a little bit of time to get off, but you can do it, and I've also used the cutters occasionally just to get them off, but a bit of warm water would help immensely in getting them off really easily. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to top up some IPA, and this is the isopropyl alcohol that I'm using. I like nice clean alcohol to clean translucent resin, and I'm going to pop that into my Mercury Plus wash and go station, and please see one of my other videos for a review of this. I absolutely love it. Just a sneak preview there, and I'm going to just give it a bit of a clean in there. I'm cleaning my big Tree Tech build plate. I also think this is marvellous, and have a look at my review of that also. Once everything's been cleaned in the alcohol, I'm going to be draining it, making sure I give it a waggle and empty all that alcohol out, fill it back up again in the hollow ones and drain it out, and pop it on the little paper towel for drying. I thought I'd made a bit of a faux pas, actually hollowing this model out, considering I was using translucent, but it's come out beautifully and you can't see the supports inside, so I'm quite happy with it. Now, back to my printer, and I'm getting ready for the next stage. I'm just wiping the build plate down to get anything off it. Give it a good old clean, and I'm going to fill it up with some Elegoo photopolymer translucent resin. Up to the fill line or just under it, so I know exactly how much I'm going to need there. And this is the resin that I'm using. It's just the basic stuff, not the water washable stuff. And I'm going to pop my build plate back on, but first I'm going to inspect it, and I've seen a little dimple on it, and I'm going to get that off, because if you don't, you've got a real high likelihood of ruining your FEPs, and make sure it's nice and clean. Now back to the printer. Tell it what you want to print. I'm printing number 2, please, printer, at 7510, the second part of my Predator, and down it goes into the gloop. Wonderful. And the printing process on the Elegoo Saturn will begin again for the second part of the Predator print in translucent resin. Okay, part 2 done, 8.5 hours later, and let's just whip that off and have a look. And again, boom, look at that. Really pleased. I can't keep saying that, I know, but anyone who prints knows that when it comes out like this, you just want to dance around the room. It's absolutely lovely. The shield's printed, his spear's printed, it all looks absolutely fabulous. So I'll just let you look at it for a couple of seconds. Have you had your fill? There you go. And let's get it out and cure it. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole process, but what I have done is I've cured this in the sun to try to reduce the yellowing of the outside. And I've used my little gadget here with 3 little LED lights, a battery, a 9-volt battery, and a switch to pop it inside and cure the inside of it. Now, there's always a worry with translucent that it's going to yellow, which is why I like to, if I can, cure it in the sun. Not always easy in the UK. If I do need to give it a cure on my wash and go station, I won't be giving it too long. And the inside of it here, I'm just making sure that all areas on the inside have been given a quick blast to cure them, because this will split. It's not just water washable resin that splits. You've got to be really careful to make sure that you cure the inside of all your models. You don't want to come back to a split puddle of resin and a ruined model when you put so much time and effort into it. This little bit time consuming is really important. Okay, once that's done, I've glued him together, as you can see, and isn't he looking dandy? And I'm going to give him a coat of gloss varnish. This stops the yellowing process, and it still allows a little bit of curing to go through the varnish, which is good, and that's what it's all about. I've left links in the description of where you can buy some of these products, and please don't forget to subscribe. Let's have a look now at the final product of our translucent Predator, part of our Prey ensemble.